Once again, thank you to the wonderful and
I already said it.
ever so
lovely, Miss Button.
for introducing our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. We ask you the question, you give us the answer, and we discuss it right here on the SportsBros Podcast. Scotty D, what's on tap for this week's choices of the voices?
So last week we discussed the NFL's quarter century team, and we're going to do that with all sports, going back to the year 2000 to the year 2025, and ask you to name your top 5 most outstanding athletes, the top 5 best professional athletes. And we had some good lists, Eddie Cool.
All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into it, shall we? Corey Logren said Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt, Simone Biles, Serena Williams, and Roger Federer.
They're all good ones.
Yeah.
Yep, all good ones.
There's nothing to argue about there.
Yep, cannot deny those. And we are still not live on Facebook, on YouTube, but we're going to just run the audio anyway, all right? Tony Bogan, he says Tom, Edward, Patrick, Carmichael, Fitzgerald, Brady, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Roger Federer, and Albert Pujols.
Pujols, one of the all-time greatest baseball players. I like that. I like that pick.
Yep, Albert Pujols. All right. And with that being said, let's see, what else do we have here? Be like, should I record on my end or are you?
No. We're good.
Okay.
We're
Okay. Good. My bad. All right. Will Georgia, he said Tom Brady, LeBron James, Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt, and Lionel Messi.
Okay, here we go.
Lionel
Messi.
Okay, I thought it was the
Scotty, you want to add your comment like you commented on Facebook about Lionel Messi?
What did I comment? What did I say? I forget.
He's
did I say something?
player.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's a soccer player. Does he average more than a goal a game?
Okay, I'm not.
Does he?
I mean, not even the great one, or maybe Wayne Gretzky may average 1 point a game, but nope. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
It's just a sport where you run. It's like cross country, and every once in a while you might kick one into a giant net, but it doesn't happen that often. So how do you determine who's great and who's not great when everybody does the same thing? Scores always 1-0. It's always 1-0.
That is disrespectful that you say that everybody does the same thing. You are ridiculous, my friend.
Yeah, everybody in Europe can kick a ball and run. Everybody in Europe can do it. Everybody.
Oh, cut it out. Cut it out.
Maybe he might be a little bit better than it. He's not making my list. I can tell you that much.
Why not, Scotty D? You know what? Never mind.
I just told you why. Because everybody in Europe can run and kick a ball that doesn't go in a net. Anybody can do it.
Anyways, all right. Matty Ice, Martin Tracy, he says, ooh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
1, Jimmy Johnson, not the Dallas fathead coach. Nobody can, but the race car driver. Nobody can boogie around the track
No, this doesn't count.
and take rights like good old pretty boy from California,
No.
JJ. My criteria was good looks and wins, baby. Number 2, Mookie
He
Betts.
picked a car rider. A guy rides in a car rider. That's what he did.
We used to say that in primary school, you're a car rider. Mookie Betts. My criteria was all around play and wins. Maybe Boston had something to do with it, but he is underrated and sneaky best player in baseball besides the guy who could overtake it if he stays healthy. I'm not going to say that word he says because I don't want to do that.
He's not even the best Red Sox of the last 25 years. Come on.
Tell Matty Ice that, all right? All right. So
I am. That's me telling him. What else he got?
Manny Pacquiao, because the whole country stops what they're doing when he fights. That's true. Number 4, Kevin Garnett, just plain nasty. True dog, champion and Hall of Famer. And number 5, I'm surprised he put him at the bottom of the list. Tom Brady, whatever criteria you should come up with, the hottest girls, he is the GOAT.
Now, there's been chirpings that him and Sydney Sweeney are maybe possibly a thing. So the hottest
He's the GOAT, then. He's the GOAT.
You know
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen Euphoria. That show, Brady, he's the GOAT. And
GOAT.
all kind of stuff. He's the GOAT.
The GOAT. He's the GOAT. Sydney Sweeney.
Salute you, Tom Brady.
Oh man.
So Scotty D, that alone just makes him the GOAT.
Yeah, right to the top of the list. Hey, look at Brady's track record of women it's a pretty stellar record. I mean,
it is.
Oh yeah, Giselle. If you happen to be listening to this episode,
she's smoking too.
Oh boy, yeah. And I like them tall too.
And the girl the iRobot girl that was his baby mama, I think, in the first place.
Moynihan.
Yeah. She was hot too. Too.
Tom Brady said, "Look here, I gotta have them smoke. I gotta have them hot and smoking like a broke stove." All right.
You know there has to be some undocumented ones in there too.
Oh, it's plenty of them.
Brady's got some off-camera. I mean, I guess that's the page away. I mean, Belichick's got him a nice little hottie going himself too.
Don't do that.
That's the real patient way.
That's the Patriot way.
Yeah, between him and massage parlor Robert Kraft. See, everybody forgot about that.
I know you didn't.
Belichick, I think Belichick's girlfriend is probably younger than Brady's girlfriend, and that's Brady's girl is too young for him.
I want to say Sydney Sweeney's like 27. Bill Belichick that Jordan whatever is 24.
There we go.
Anyway,
boy, yeah.
Enough about these famous dudes' love life.
Salute to both of them. Salute to them both.
All right. Heath Brady, he says, to add to the 3 greats you've already listed, Scotty D, I forgot who you have for the pictures. Michael Phelps, no other swimmer or Olympian, has won more medals. Simone Biles holds the most world records as a gymnast. Kobe Bryant, second best player of my generation to play on the court. He took over and dominated whenever he wanted to, just like Michael Jordan. Usain Bolt, he set the bar on the track and annihilated his opponents. That he did. And Barry Bonds, steroids or not, he still had to hit that baseball being thrown 90 to 100 miles an hour by a pitcher who was probably juiced too. With that being said, shout out to Corey, shout out to Tony, shout out to Will Georgia, shout out to Matty Ice and Heath for their participation in this week's Choices of the Voices. Be Live, top 5 of the first 25/26. Who you got?
We're going to go 10 here. We're expanding our list to 10.
Okay, we're expanding our list to 10? Okay, yeah. Cool.
If you only put a 580, that's cool. That's fine, but we're going to go 10 for ours. We made that stipulation last week.
That's right.
And I do have 10 for you, and a lot of them you just can't deny. So I'm going with the first 8 are already been mentioned. Michael Phelps, what he's done for swimming is.
Are you counting these down, or are you starting with 1?
I'm counting them. I really didn't rank them.
Okay, I got you.
I didn't really rank them. I just put them out there.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, like I said, Michael Phelps is up there, dominance in swimming. Simone Biles, absolute dominance in gymnastics, to the point where she gets deducted because her stuff is too difficult for everybody else. Usain Bolt, literally the fastest man on the planet, and it's not even close. Tiger Woods, yeah, Tiger Woods, um, everything he's done in the 21st century. Serena Williams, dominance on the tennis court. LeBron James, and I'm everybody accused me of being a LeBron hater, but when it comes to athleticism and what he's done this century, I consider him the very best on the basketball court. I consider in the 21st century LeBron James, Barry Bonds. Come on, without steroids, he'd still be a Hall of Famer. Like, and so let's stop that. The guy was ridiculous with it without the steroids, and then everybody else was doing it. Whatever's whatever. Baseball's a dirty sport anyway. Tom Edward Fitzpatrick, Aloysius Brady III, Esquire Attorney at Law. Come on, all the rings, all the things he's done. Now here's two that nobody mentioned, which is very, very disturbing. But I get it. I sort of get it. I really don't, though. Alexander Ovechkin. Why is he not mentioned? Clearly the best player in the 21st century when it comes to the ice, and arguably could go down as the second best player of all time in hockey. And so Ovechkin is definitely up there. But this one right here, you gotta give it to me. You gotta give it to me. We just had the 4th of July, and you got to see this man do what it do. It is pure athletic skill to be able to continue to do this.
Scotty D, he about to do it. Scotty D, he's about to do it.
You know where I'm going with
He's about to do it, Scotty D.
Joey.
Make this hot dog champion, Joey Chestnut. I don't care what anybody says. That takes athletic, like, to be able to golf down all those hot dogs and still get back in the shit. It was still in remarkable. And he took a year hiatus because they forced him out because he wanted to promote a vegan brand or whatever. But he came back with a vengeance and had almost 30 hot dogs more than the next person next to him. Like, it's dominance personified, and be able to scarf all that down and then have the training and the build and come back and do it over and over again. That's
quite an athletic feat.
Yeah, that it is.
And you made the right decision putting him on there over Messi.
Well, see, here's the thing. I put him on there because I got to do. I'm
because
silly.
Anybody can kick a ball, but not anybody can eat 70 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
I took Kobe Bryant off my list to make room for Joey Chestnut.
We'll be like, we'll allow it, man. It's just, hey, man, you know what? Hey, that's a good choice. All right, so fellas, between y'all talking and me being resourceful, I've compiled a top 10 list, and it's in order, but it's in no particular order. All right, LeBron James, he's a generational talent with longevity.
What?
Scotty D, me and you on the same page. Wait a minute. Did you just say
it's
order,
but no particular order?
Yeah. It says in order, but I'm saying in no particular order. All right. Hush. All right. All right. LeBron James is a generational talent with longevity, dominance, and leadership. I mean, he's a 4-time NBA champion and an all-time scoring leader, and he's still pretty elite 20 years into his career. Serena Williams, 23 Grand Slam singles titles. She dominated across eras, broke records, and brought power, grace, and cultural impact to tennis. Our guy, Tom Edward Patrick Carmichael Fitzgerald Brady, the Oracle Canada Fifth, 7 Super Bowl wins. So I got to say anything else? And he played well until his 40s. He got that clutch gene, man. And if there's 5 seconds left on the clock, Tom Brady will find a way to win the doggone game, all right? Usain Bolt, he's the fastest man alive. He's an 8-time Olympic gold medalist. His world records in the 100-meter and 200 meters still stand and captivated global audiences. And that pose, no joke, as well, too. Hey, man, be live. Messi, all right, record-breaking goal scorer, 8 Ballon d'Or award winner awards, and a 2022 World Cup win sealed his legacy as one of soccer's all-time greats.
You disappoint me.
Michael Phelps, Scotty D, we in the water. Michael Phelps, okay. The most decorated Olympian with 23 gold medals. He dominated multiple Olympics and became a global icon in the pool. And Tiger Eldrick Woods, 15 major titles. Coming in the early 2000s, he brought golf to the mainstream, and his historic comeback at the 2019 Masters, that made him the GOAT. Simone Biles, somebody we talked about earlier. 37 Olympic and World Championship medals, redefined gymnastics with unmatched difficulty and consistency. Plus, she's a mental health advocate. Cristiano Ronaldo, global superstar with 5 of the Ballon d'Ors and titles in multiple top leagues. His athleticism, clutch performance, and goal-scoring ability are unmatched. And the guy that changed the way you shoot the ball forever in the NBA, Stephen Wardell Curry.
Curry, okay.
Wardell. If that ain't a black name, I don't know what is. All right. Changed the game with 3-point revolution, a 4-time NBA champion, and the greatest shooter in history, transforming how basketball is played. All right. So, 10, 20, 30. Ladies and gentlemen, we just gave you 30 of the best athletes of the first 25 and a half years of this century.
I think we've only given 20 so far. I mean, you want Scotty D hasn't mentioned his 10 yet.
Oh, your turn, Scotty D. I'll just hide embarrassment now.
In order, but in no particular order.
Scotty nowhere.
Shut up.
Well, it was. It's hard for me not to put Amanda Nunes and John Jones on this list, but I consider them. But I didn't go with them, and I thought about Patrick Mahomes and Peyton Manning. They're going to come up just short on this, but those guys were good. And Verlander, he's another one that came up a little bit short. Nine. I'm going to count mine down. I did mine 10 to 1. I thought we were all going to do that way. I've never really specified that, but this is the way I was kind of thinking of it.
In particular order, but not particular order.
Right, exactly. And 9 and 10 are in no particular order because they're one and the same, and that is the Paul brothers, Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
You lying. Your ass lying.
Okay.
Stop.
You can put Joey Chestnut. I can put Jake Paul. I'm just kidding. No. I'm just kidding. I got no Pauls on this list. I got number 10, Sidney Crosby.
Okay. All right.
He has 20 consecutive seasons, the most ever, averaging a point per game. 2 Conn Smythe trophies. He won 3 out of 4 Stanley Cups. He was an Olympic gold medalist. And I just always thought him and Ovechkin were kind of neck and neck. And I liked Crosby, just obviously being a Pittsburgh guy. I liked him, but I liked the results Crosby got a little bit better. 9, I got LeBron. Number 8, I got Novak Djokovic, 24 majors, which is the record, and an Olympic gold medal.
Damn, we forgot all about him, B-Live. Damn.
Triple career Grand Slam.
I didn't necessarily forget about him because somebody mentioned Roger Federer, and I was gonna make that debate, but we just for time's sake, I was like to let him go.
Yeah, and him and Federer were so close, but the Joker just edged him out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a fan of the Joker at all, so it pains me to put him on this list because I think he's a goof. But he's still going. He has a chance to win add to another major as we speak in Wimbledon. I got Kobe at number 7, 5 titles. I put him over LeBron. I just always thought he was a little bit of a better player. LeBron had maybe a greater, lengthier career, being in more NBA finals and being the all-time scoring leader, but I thought Kobe was a better basketball player in his prime. I got at number 6, Floyd Mayweather, who was undefeated, had 15 titles in 5 weight classes. You don't like that one, B-Live, or you do like that?
I would have thought for the boxing purist that you are, that Floyd Mayweather, because he picked a lot of his own fights. I mean, it's an impressive feat to go 50-0. But the fact that he waited until Manny Pacquiao was out of his prime. That should have been that match.
That should have happened earlier, but he was out of his prime also when that happened. He wasn't. But the guy was. It was never close. He never had anybody come close to beating him. I mean, he was on a completely different level.
I'll give you that because this is your list. It was a shocker because Yeah, you and them Paul brothers threw me way out, but yeah, no, yeah, that's okay. No, I'm with you on that.
I got Floyd at 6. I got Barry Bonds at 5. I mean, and you pretty much ran down a big chunk of his resume, and he won. I know the steroid thing, but at that point the whole field was leveled. Everybody's doing that. He was the best of that in the 25 years.
The thing about it is, I feel like just him and Pittsburgh. Well, again, that would have been before the 2000 whatever, but him and Pittsburgh alone was Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and then when he went to the Giants, put together another Hall of Fame career. So yeah,
he was the MVP the first 4 years of the 2000s. So
yeah,
that's good enough for me. Tom Brady, I have at 4. Tiger Woods, I got at 3. At number 2, I have Serena Williams, the greatest undebatable women's tennis player of all time. And if you're the undisputed greatest of something, then I have to have you high on my list. And Michael Phelps is the greatest Olympian of all time with 23 golds. So he's my number 1. And I shuffled this deck a few times. When I first asked this question, I was thinking Tiger and Tom Brady are like my top 2. And then I started thinking some of these other guys. And I saw Usain Bolt. I was like, man, how does he not make the list? But Phelps had more limits. Phelps was 8 golds in single games. I mean, he was at four different Olympics, 28 total medals. Yeah, he's the greatest of all time Olympic wise. But yeah, so that's my list, and I don't know how I didn't find Kevin Garnett to make his way onto my list, or Jimmy Johnson, or that soccer guy.
Matty Ice.
Here you go.
Like, the thing about it was that Matty Ice talked so much trash about I think Will put on Lionel Messi, and then turn around and he picked Jimmy Johnson. I said, "Oh, I'm just gonna wait until the episode when we record to call you out on that, bruh. You talk. Come on now, come on. Lionel Messi deserves his flowers. Jimmy Johnson, yes, he was dominance in the sport, but the one thing that I want to point back to that I need to pull back up was that Matty Ice said Jimmy Johnson, nobody could boogie around the track and take rights like good old pretty boy from California. Matty Ice, guess what? That earned you a spot in the penalty box because they take less for the majority of the races. They only have a couple of road races where they do happen to turn right. But for the majority of them, they take less, sir. That puts you in at the penalty box. I didn't get a chance to put a graphic up there for you. But yeah, penalty box. If you're going to put somebody as one of the greatest athletes of this century and not know which way they operate on the track, yeah.
Maybe he was watching it in a mirror. Maybe he had like
no. Who knew? I was because I normally don't say much on the post itself because I got to copy the comments and everything and put them the way I do, whatever. But I said, nah, I'm not gonna let you do that. And then I was like, you know what? I got you. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna be right here on the episode. You can listen to it and hear it, but like, you know, you was wrong. You did wrong. And as Scotty D will always say, do better. You made another left turn. Left.
LEFT. All right, with that being said, that does it for another edition of the Choices of the Voices. But before we get up out of here, Scotty D, what's on tap for next week?
Well, let me ask you guys a question. You wanna use the Randy Johnson question that we were kicking around the other day? You like that one?
Which one was that? What did he do?
You sent it to us. Game 7 of the World Series, bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, 2 outs, and your team is down by 1. Randy Johnson is on the mound. You have your choice of any hitter of any era. Who gets the call?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Okay.
But we will, when we record next week, it'll be on the precipice of the All-Star game,
right,
and the home run derby. So yeah,
I had a football question in mind, but I think I'm going to push that back a week because we'll be coming up on training camp there shortly after that. So we'll go with that question again. Just to repeat it: Game 7 of the World Series, bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, 2 outs, and your team is down by 1. Yeah, right, Buckos. Randy Johnson is on the mound. You have your choice of any hitter of any era. Who you got? And that'll give us something to talk about next week.
All right. With that being said, be live. Grab the pepper grinder. It's time for Around the Pepper. Coming at you right here on the Sports Bros Podcast.
6A.
6 8, don't you dare go away. There you go, Scott. Help me out, man. I'm off my game today.
Okay, boys, let's bring it home with a round of pepper.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Are we ready, kids?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Let's go.
All right, let's go, y'all. Let's go. Well, you heard when it's time for us to get the hell out of here and call. It's time for us to go. All right, it's time for us to get the hell up out of here and go home. But before we go, Around the Pepper, you know how we do it. 3 topics, rapid fire style, kind of, sort of, not really here to enlighten, educate, engage. That's probably 3 to 4 E's, but hell, you know the damn shtick by now. With that being said, I'll go first. All right, fellas, on this day in history, back in 1889, John L. Sullivan successfully defends the last officially sanctioned bare-knuckle world heavyweight prize-fighting championship when Jake Killorain's trainer throws in the towel after 71-minute rounds near Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Bad.
So you mean to tell me, you know what? Y'all heard it. Over to you, Scotty D.
Now that is cardio.
Yeah.
So here's a Dallas Cowboy mention for you. Cavante Turpin was arrested on 2 misdemeanor charges on Saturday, 11:40 p.m. at night. Possession of 2 ounces or less of marijuana and unlawful carrying of a weapon. He had a pistol in plain sight in his backseat. Now, you may get away with that, Turpin, except you're doing 97 in a 70. What is wrong with these guys? Slow down. I appreciate the fact that you know the Cowboys have a tendency to win Super Bowls and everyone's getting arrested. I don't think it's going to cut it for us this time. Slow down, man. I mean, don't be. How stupid is that? Be live. Take that one off me. Go.
Oh, I got something that might be a little bit more dumber.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm using bad grammar, and this is just my first one. And this hits right. I'm right at home for you. I'm Eddie Cool.
Uh-oh.
Because, well, the Cleveland Browns and the state of Ohio, they're looking at ways to fund a new dome stadium for the Cleveland Browns.
In Brook Park, Ohio.
Now, here's the thing, though. The way that they're trying to fund the stadium is sketchy at best, all the way to almost unconstitutional, because they're trying to use the state's unclaimed funds account to pay for the stadium. So basically money that is left for people like estates and different things that have not been claimed. The state and the Cleveland Browns are trying to use that money, which you can't use people's private property for government use. That's still somebody else's money, regardless if they're not claiming it or not. But yeah, there's a whole class action lawsuit and all kinds of mess and stuff because people's money, even though it's not claimed yet, it's still their money. Cleveland, Ohio, do better. Eddie Cool, the ball.
I forgot how much it costs to slap a top on the bowl, but that's all you got to do is slap a top on the bowl. The stadium's fine. Just slap a top on the bowl, all right? Jesus Christ. On this day in history, back in 1947, the 14th MLB All-Star game, the American League beats the National League 2-1 at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Yep, it's that time of the year again, fellas. Good old All-Star games. Over to you, Scotty D.
All right, so here's a story about the rich getting richer. So the most prized possession in the world of hockey is Gavin McKenna, the top hockey player from Canada, and he just committed to go to Penn State, who had all kinds of success in all kinds of sports last year. He is choosing Penn State over Michigan State because he was offered $700,000 to play hockey at Penn State, which he's going to do for 1 year because he's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft next year, the NHL draft next year. In an unrelated story, the Pittsburgh Penguins, this is your opportunity to trade off some of your most valuable players. Your goal is not the Stanley Cup. It is, well, let's say it starts with a T and ends with an ank. Let's go, Pens. Tank for Gavin McKenna. There's your next superstar. B-Lav, over to you.
All right, my second pepper point. A little near and dear to my heart. But yes, when you think of a lockdown corner in the NFL, who's the first person that comes to mind?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Darrelle Revis.
Revis or Deion?
Revis Island, Deion Sanders. Well, you are incorrect because this guy is a true lockdown corner, and I'm talking about Charles Peanut Tillman. And the reason why he's a lockdown corner is that when he played in the NFL, he was a cornerback and invented peanut punches, stuff like that. He's very effective in the National Football League. But after he left the National Football League, he decided to pursue a career with the FBI.
And
He is an FBI special agent. It started in 2018, but he's opening the doors into a secret life as an FBI agent. Agent Charles Tillman, Peanut, and he gonna lock you down in the
Peanut.
real as an FBI agent.
That's what's up, Nut.
Eddie Cool, the ball.
Good old Charles Tillman. Went from punching to really lock you down there, all right? All right. On this day in history in 2021, Padres relief pitcher Daniel Camarena gets his first hit in his second career at bat. It was a grand slam against Washington Nationals pitcher Max Scherzer in San Diego. Ooh. What a way to bring in your career to get a grand slam home run off of Max Scherzer, one of the best to ever do it. Scotty D, over to you.
All right, one last goodbye on this baseball topic as we head into our final week of the first half of the season. And I want to say congratulations to my Pittsburgh Pirates for making history. That's right, last week they swept the Cardinals in 3 games, did not give up a run. Took Thursday off, flew out to Seattle, and then did not score a run themselves in the next 3 games. The first team to ever in Major League Baseball history to shut a team out in 3 games and then come back and not score their next 3 games. Let's go, Bucks. History. Be live.
Okay. You can feel his pain, can't you, Eddie?
Yeah, just oozing through the screen.
Well, y'all know it. Y'all know what time it is. My third
here comes
and final pepper point. I don't know if y'all catching a theme with the whole Law and Order with that I've been going with and whatnot. But yeah, my third and final pepper point, unfortunately, is sort of bad news. And with Netflix coming out with the show Quarterback that was just released this past Tuesday, features one by the name of Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow he had his hopes and dreams to buy an elaborate purchase for the Cape Crusader in him, where he wanted to buy a $3 million replica of the Batmobile. But when he got burglarized while he was in Dallas playing the Cowboys, he nixed those plans, and he speaks about it on the show Quarterback on Netflix. Joe Burrow wanted to buy a Batmobile, but those plans are no more. Yep. He needed Charles Tillman to crack the case, and Cavante Turner.
So, yeah, buying a Batmobile, not quite a good idea. I understand your intention, but sometimes, not a great idea. With that being said, this has been another episode of the SportsBros Podcast.
Am I getting paid overtime for this episode since B Live ran us over?
And in the closing, do something nice for yourself. And if you can, do something nice for someone else. They'll greatly appreciate it now more than ever. Be a blessing, not a burden. This is your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros Podcast. We had to come back and say bye, y'all. We didn't want to be rude. With that being said, take us home, Be Live.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for watching and listening to the Sports Bros Podcast. See you next week. Y'all be safe.
Summer breeze makes me feel fine.
I got rain.
The jasmine of my mind.